Hey guys, I hope all is well. Thank you for joining me for this Truth Talk episode. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about what really happened to Takeoff. But before we begin, I just wanted to let my Patreons know that I just released a video on Patreon about the Satanic Kid Willie quote that is not allowed on YouTube due to the community guidelines. If you're one of my Patreons, I just wanted to say I appreciate you and make sure you go check out the new video. Thank you all. Now let's get right into it. Today, November 1st, the world received the news that Takeoff, who is 1/3 of the Migos, has sadly passed away. The story as of right now is that Quavo and Takeoff were at a dice game Halloween night in Houston when all of a sudden a situation broke out after Quavo got into an argument over losing in the dice game. Things went left and someone on the Migos entourage led off, which ended up hitting Takeoff. More people on the opposing side led off, which again landed on Takeoff. Takeoff sadly didn't make it and passed at 2:30 a.m. on November 1st. Takeoff was only 28 years old when this situation happened. The reason I am making this video is because the details of the situation are extremely suspicious, and what I am reading about the situation is painting a very sinister picture to me. If you guys have watched my last few videos, specifically the Doja Cat and the Halloween movie episodes, then you might remember me talking about Samhain and the sacrifices made to the god of death during the month of fall, especially in the month of October. Halloween is truly a pagan festival called Samhain, where the pagans would perform ritual offerings to the god of death in return for a good harvest. The pagans would make these offerings on the night of Halloween, and coincidentally, this all happened to offset on Halloween night. I spoke about how occultists love doing rituals during the fall season. They wait for this all year. If you have been watching the news lately, then you have seen a few situations that have already happened in October that are obvious ritual offerings. I know the Migos are into the occult, as there's photos of the Migos with Michelle Lamy, the witch handler who influences the music industry from behind the scenes. The Migos, just like the rest of the megastars, sold their souls and took the Masonic oath in order to be superstars. If you guys would like me to make a full breakdown on the Migos, comment Migos below. I am strictly focusing on the Takeoff situation for this video. Now, from the details that I am seeing online, it appears that Takeoff's own crew were responsible for what happened to him. Takeoff was apparently not even in the dice game that Quavo was playing at the time. Quavo apparently was upset the entire game and started the whole altercation. In my opinion, as of what I'm reading and seeing online, it appears that Takeoff was set up to be a ritual offering for the pagans' good harvest. Like I said at the beginning of the month of October, sadly, these things were going to start happening, just like we saw last year around the same time. At this point, people are refusing to see the truth that is so blatantly in their faces. Now, the details of the situation speak for themselves. This happened to Takeoff by the hands of his own guys, while nothing happened to Quavo, who was actually the one arguing. The Migos were one of the biggest groups in the music industry at one point, but things have been drying up for them for the last few years. They still had their loyal fan base, but the days of chart-topping pop mainstream success were long gone. This also happened to Takeoff around 2:30 a.m., very close to the witching hour, which starts at 3 a.m. We already know the Halloween witching hour is the most important for occultists. We know what these artists must do to get back in good graces with the Masonic Order. Sacrifices must be made. I recently did an episode on the Hocus Pocus movie where I spoke about the end of the second movie, where the main witch of the three does a sacrifice ritual, offering her two sisters in order to have ultimate power. This is the same we're seeing from the music industry, time and time again. Many people think Kanye offered his mother for fame and success, and after Kanye offered his mother, his career took off to new heights that was unimaginable. This is what I believe Quavo just did with Takeoff, made an offering for ultimate success, just like Kanye and many others who play that game. As far-fetched as this might sound to many, you must understand the Migos and just about all mainstream artists are Masonic puppets. The Migos would not be hanging around the biggest occultist of them all, Michelle Lamy, if they weren't into the occult. In my opinion, sadly, Takeoff was the one that was chosen, and now Quavo would reap all the rewards from this happening. For the next few weeks, the Migos' music would rise in streams, and shows would be done in honor of their offering. We must remember the pagans would even offer their firstborn child to the god of death during Samhain for his blessings. This is why so many of these artists are passing during the fall season. In my opinion, it appears that what happened to Takeoff last night was set up to happen, and it was set up by his own people. I know some of you are going to say that this is street related, but I just don't see it that way. All the signs speak for themselves, and I can assure you the Migos' career will see a revival. They will make millions of dollars, and the label would make millions of dollars. They will all have their good harvest, all at the cost of Takeoff. This is how the industry works, sadly. This is what the industry is about. People need to open their eyes and stop blindly being guided by this evil. I know you guys who watch this channel see the signs too, as many of you have already sent me this. This evil is getting out of hand, more and more open each time. Takeoff didn't just pass on Halloween night over an altercation. In my opinion, this was much darker. We need to pray for our people and hope that one day they can see the truth and choose to avoid the industry altogether. Too many souls are being affected by this evil. We the people have supported this for too long. We need a change. We shouldn't be praising the people who sold their souls to have the world and are being used to destroy us. I feel terrible over what happened to Takeoff, and I send prayers to his family. Sadly, Takeoff knew the price he had to pay to be a part of this industry and still chose to pay it. Like I said to many of you guys, success in the music industry comes at a sinister price, your soul. So many are willing to dance with the devil for fame and riches, knowing this ending could be a possibility. We're going to see the remaining Migos members milk this situation and rise in status in the Masonic order off of it. I want to know what you guys think below. Do you think otherwise, or do you see what I see? We must remember not to allow these artists to manipulate our minds and guide us to a burning end. We must also remember to help those who can't see the truth find the truth. Well, that's it for this video. But before you go, I just wanted to let you guys know that I will be moving the podcast to the second channel. So if you like watching the podcast with MI and I, then make sure you subscribe to the second channel. The link would be in the description, as very soon, the podcast will only be available on the second channel. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I just wanted to give a special shout out to the Truth Movement members. I truly appreciate every single one of you. If you'd like to further support the channel, join the Truth Movement, or you can join me on Patreon, where I drop exclusive videos monthly. The link would be in the description. Another way you can further support the channel is by checking out the Truthfist store and seeing if you find anything you like. Every purchase you make helps with the funding of Truth Records. The link to the Truthfist store is also in the description. Also, please leave a comment on your thoughts on this video and on any future topics you would like to see me cover on my channel. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified of future videos. If you like this video, please leave a like, as it helps other people find these videos. You can also find me on TikTok and Instagram and follow me there. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.